What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the simulator. I do believe it is the 2nd of June 2025. And today I'm going to play week 7 of LUD Golf's Best Courses League, which is at a Sand Valley. I'm not sure I'm familiar with it. Let's check out the vitals. 6-foot gimme auto putts, white tees at 6,000 yards total course length. Saturday pins, green firmness is soft with a stimp of 11. Fairway firmness is hard and the wind is breezy. And the tournament is at, let's call it 1,000 feet above sea level. And there are your vital stats for the round. Let's play some golf here. Alrighty, we are back. Sand Valley, real short par 4 here. I can see some scoring opportunities. Let's try to get the ball over in this area here. We also have some wind helping us out. Okay, looks like we got, with quite a bit of rollout there, we hit 220 total distance. This is going to play 90, plus we've got a tailwind. I don't think it's going to quite play 90. Let's get a lob wedge up there and see what happens. Okay, sticky greens. And it wouldn't probably have rolled up that hill anyway. All right, we got to hit this pretty dang hard here. Doesn't look like it, but we do, or it'll just stop. Okay, another missed shot with the ProTee. Ready for shot, it says. Let's try that bad boy again. Okay, duffed that. That was a tough putt up a hill. Really not much else to say about it. Got out of there with a par. Another short par 4 here, 365 it looks like. 356, excuse me. We do have a landing area. It's a separated, kind of a dual fairway. You gotta carry about 220 or 240. And it doesn't really matter because it's gonna take 2 shots to get there anyway. So let's just hit a 7-iron and get onto this first fairway here. It's gonna play 165-ish Let's just get it on the green here. All right, we got a great big hill to go up here. We got 6 feet of uphill over 15 feet, and we're short-sighted. Let's just get this on the green. Let me pause you guys. Somebody's blowing up my page. Alrighty, we're back. Okay, 30, we gotta hit this pretty hard. 40 plus feet of feel because of the slope. All right, left another one short there. This is for bogey. $165. Got some wind blowing across our face, right to left. That shouldn't have gone that far. It looks like we were thin, but we should be fine for at least a par here if I can get it near the pin. $20, 24 feet-ish here. Get back in there. That ball just won't quit, huh? Okay, what do we got? What do we got? 531 yard par 5. Really need to get something going off the tee here. Nice little slice there. Get left. .314. Got some work to do here. 3 wood should go about 225. Probably not out of the rough though. And we know it's gonna slice a smidge. Smidge more than I thought. And we still got 133 to the pin out of the sand here. Let's go 8 iron. Boy, that thing went. Sit. Come back. That thing went. All right, we got a little 9-yard shot here. It's downhill most of the way. Could be dangerous. If you skull this shot, it could be very dangerous. Is that going to be enough? No, we will still need to putt. That sucks. Not a whole lot going on here. 6.5 feet of feel. This is going to play 150. Let's see, what's the wind doing? Maybe 155-ish, but it's going to come in hot. Okay, that was thick. Hopefully we can be at least on the fairway. Caught too much earth. .48 up, 2, and some wind in our face. That's still gonna be a lob wedge. And we gotta get this ball near the pin because it's gonna wanna stop immediately. Yeah, just needed a little bit more there, maybe 5 more yards. And this putt's for par, 21 footer. You can't reasonably expect to make a 21-foot putt. You can try to get it as close to the cup as you can, but distance control is going to be paramount, so you've got that second putt. Okay, what do we got here? 400-yard par 4, let's call it 415. Okay, that was a miss hit. Almost got decapitated. And we just made this hole a whole hell of a lot harder. You can see we hit it off the heel there. It's the pin. We're pretty much blocked out from the pin because of this tree. Best we can really do without doing anything too dumb is maybe get over here in this area. And then try to follow it up with a shot pretty close to the pin here at 132. Probably not going to be too close to the pin. Probably play closer to 135, and then we got some wind blowing here. Green's pretty big. We just want to be close to the pin. Let's try a 9 here. Okay, sticky greens. Probably looking at a bogey here. 34-foot putt plus a foot and 4 inches of elevation's kind of a tall order. What's that, 12, 16. Let's call this a 50-foot putt here. Get in there. Oh man, so close. We almost saved par there. .500-yard par 5. Got some wind in our face. A prevailing slice. Let's see if we can maybe engineer that slice out here a little. You got to hit the ball different in the simulator than you do on the real golf course. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's where we're at. Okay, that's a little less slicey, but we're probably, yep, we're going to be on the beach here. That could have almost been classified as a fade slash power fade. And it's pretty unreasonable to expect a 3 wood to get out of here, but I'm going to try it anyway. That was actually a really good shot. I'm quite surprised. .67 yards. Let's have the wind cancel out the lie and see if we can get this ball up here. That wasn't bad at all. Little offline. Tricky putt though, it's breaking pretty hard. 9-footer here by feel. Another no read by the launch monitor. Not quite understanding that. Says it's ready for the shot. And then it definitely captured that shot, which is unfortunate. And this is for par. Let's see if we can perhaps sink it. 10-foot, 6-inch putt. And we put it out of the circle again. That's really weird. Okay, that's definitely going to blow our score up. Let's see if we can just put this in here like an adult. Am I reading this right? 6 feet 9 inches minus an inch is going to be 6 feet. 6 feet. 5 feet 9 inches. Still went too far. Okay, that is an embarrassing double bogey. That was a snafu on the green. Let's just take it and move on here. 120. Let's hit a pitching wedge here. That was way too far, and that was into the wind. Like, way too far. Into the wind uphill. That's kind of weird. Unless I read something wrong, which I'm beginning to think I did, because that's about as far as it should have gone. And I apologize for the coughing. I seem to have sucked something up here. 20. Let me get a drink. All right, we're back. Saving grace there was the ball hit the fairway, because they are hard. 281 down 11. And if my throat doesn't quit scratching, I might just, you guys may just have to watch the round without commentary. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe the Reaper has come for me at last. Let's see here. All right, decent little shot there. That'll get the job done, folks. .53. Looks like there's a nasty false front here. Like, you do not want to be here. Boop. You don't want to be anywhere near that. The whole green is sloped from back to front. We don't want to be anywhere near that crap. And the green's sticky, so we probably ought to hit, I don't know, what's that, 3 extra yards? We probably ought to hit about 56 yards on the money. I'll take that. First birdie today. First birdie of the round and the first birdie today. Number 10's a 500-yard par 5. My throat seems to not be scratchy anymore. I don't know what the heck that was all about. It's not going to be far, but it will get the job done. I like that a lot. And we got a fairway in regulation. Would you believe that? Must be some kind of Christmas miracle. 250 to the pin. Danger is everywhere. Let's see if we can fly this green on this par 5 here. Slicing a little, good distance, might get a members bounce here. And it looks like we did, and the ball is headed right to the pin here. I like that a lot. This putt will be for eagle. And it's not even that bad of a putt, it's just long. 46 feet. That was just not a good putt. I didn't hit the ball squarely. I don't know what else to say. It was just crappy. Okay, second birdie of the round. I will take those red dots on the scorecard. Number 11's a 340-yard par 4. Certainly another birdie chance, and we've got a bit of a tailwind. Let's see if we can capitalize here. 91 up, I'd say 192. And you've got a pretty good tailwind here. Let's just hit a crisp lob wedge. We've got plenty of green to play with. And maybe let the wind carry it over there. Okay, that was a poor shot. We're still on. Just got to get it up there for par. Not too much going on here either. Long putt though. Well over 50 feet. 55 feet. And left it short again, man, that sucks. All right, this is gonna be about 11 feet of feel because of the slope. Got her in there for par. Number 12 is a 475 yard par 5. Pretty generous fairways here at Sand Valley. You won't be hearing me complain. It's gonna be a tough next shot there. The lie's a little bit downhill. I'm still gonna hit the 3-wood out of here. We've got to get a little closer than we already are. That was not, I would say, great distance. Maybe up here somewhere. And then have a little 100-yarder into the green. Sit. All right, from one beach to the next. Distance was good, it just went too far to the left. So let's hit an 88-yarder out of here and just hope to get somewhere near the pin. That ain't too bad. Should be able to putt out of here for par. This birdie might drop. It's pretty straight, but my HLA is typically not my friend. And we need to hit this like 33 feet. Not quite enough juice. Should be a par. Looks like 13 is a 350-yard par 4. Let's tee up here. Fairway zigzags a little bit, but you'll clear most of that with your drive. .133 into the pin here with the elevation. I'm thinking 9-iron. Okay, that was fat off the toe. That's not gonna cut the mustard. We're still gonna have to chip here. Let's see. If we check the heat map, we can see that we're sloping from back to front. A little bit of wind. You don't want to plop it too far, right? So maybe 25, 26 yards. Not quite enough there. We still got some work to do with the old flat stick here. Not a ton of break, but enough to have to take a look at it. And you're hitting uphill, so it won't be as dramatic. 16-ish feet here. Didn't manage to drop that for bogey. I think my horizontal launch angle probably killed that. It would have dropped right in the cup, I think, if we'd have been at 0. Number 14's 150-yard par 3. Downhill, so it ain't gonna play quite 145. Let's see what our 8-iron does and see if this ball will stick to the green near the pin. Oh, get right. Get right. Sit. Okay. Kind of knew that was going to happen. The fairways are, I think, hard. Now we got some work to do. We're sort of short-sighted, but it ain't too bad. Just got to get the ball up in the air a little bit here. That was pretty pathetic. What'd we lose? Okay, we lost almost 30%. Let's go ahead and try that one again here. That's what I wanted to do the first time. Unfortunately, that cost us another bogey. +5 after 14. I have certainly had worse rounds. 15th hole is a 372-yard par 4. I'm not mad at that. Got some wind in our face. $171-ish into the pin. Tricky pin placement. Let's just try to get this on the, onto the green. Whoa, that's sailing. Sit. Sit. Beautiful. Couldn't ask for a better shot right there. Little putt for birdie. Well, it's not little. Statistically, you're going to miss this putt. 12-footer. Yeah. Much welcomed birdie there. Number 16. Wow, these guys are good. I thought I was doing all right. 16 is a 410-yard par 4. Let's see if we can hit right into this fairway bunker. Knowing our luck. Let's see here. Oh wow, we might actually go into the fairway bunker. Don't do it! Crazy. I didn't actually want to do that. All right, we're gonna lose. Yeah, we're hitting these way off the heel. We'll see. What do we got here? We got one more hole that I would drive on. 17's a par 3, 18's a par 4. We'll see if we can maybe hit closer to the sweet spot on that. .186. We know we're going to lose about 7%. I really don't have any choice but to hit my 5-iron here. Okay, she is sailing right. Let's see what we can do to get this ball near the pin here. We're up almost 3 yards and into the wind. We need to get this ball pretty close to the pin. Get in there. Oh, that'd have been nice. This is for par here. Hit a little bit of break. And just skimmed the edge of the hole there. HLA wasn't a concern, and we just gave up one of those birdies to put us at 5 over after 16 holes. Number 17's a 180-yard par 3 with an 8-mile-an-hour wind. Get right. Okay, that was the right club. She's rolling though. Wonder if that's a downhill there. Yeah, it was. So now we got to hit up. No bueno. No bueno. All right, 18 is our final chance to see if we can't get something going with the driver here. What do we got? 460-yard par 5. Let's see here. Land right in this area here. Okay, that'll shorten the hole a little bit. Not hitting terribly far today, or any day. And I typically hit a lot further on the real golf course, if you haven't heard me say that 1,000 times already. 225 to the pin with a little bit of wind helping us. I don't want to be short. Let's go ahead and hit the 4-iron here with a little bit of authority and see what we can bust out. It's hanging right and it's not long enough. But we'll be all right. It's a par 5. If you're on in 2 on a 460-yard par 5, then you deserve that eagle or that birdie. We could lose up to 30% out of this. I can see we've got a false front. Let's just give this a good little whacking here. Okay, very good shot there. Let's see if we can get out of here with a birdie. That break though is pretty bad news. 9-footer here. And didn't quite put enough mustard on it for a par. I wouldn't say that's a bad round. 77 on a par 72, 6,000 yard tees. We had this one double bogey because of the putting snafu on number 7. Everything else was just a regular old bogey, par or birdie. Let's check out the stats and then close out the video here. 8 pars, 3 birdies, 6 bogeys, 1 double bogey. 253 yards was the longest one of my drives that made a fairway. And then we had 137 mile-an-hour ball speed. That's just fine for me. I would rather have slightly more accuracy than a longer drive that slices way over to the right. 33 putts, 1 sand save, 50-minute duration. That's about typical. We hit 10 greens in regulation and 8 out of 13 fairways in regulation. You're not going to hear me griping. Good round. Yeah, good round overall. These courses are tough and the competition's stiff. But as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.